My name is Jonas Wenner and I work for Trimble in Sweden, and I'm going to talk you through this a little bit. Before we start, if you have some questions about what I'm saying, please use the Q&A functionality in this meeting. And if you have some issues with the platform, like you don't hear the sound or anything like that, so you don't hear what I tell you now, then you can use the chat function instead. So then I have a colleague who can help you out with that kind of problems, if there are any. So the meaning of today's webinar is to inform you about the new stuff when it comes to Quadri and the integration with Trimble Connect, that is called Connected Projects. I'm also going to learn you how you create the connected project, and also learn you a little bit about what kind of settings and possibilities which are built into the system today. So that's what we're going to do here. And before we start, a little bit of a background. You have these two systems in parallel. You have Quadri, which is a feature-based database modeling tool, BIM platform. And on the other side, you have Trimble Connect, which is a file management system also based in the clouds. And these two systems, they have been integrated with each other since the last 3 or 4 years with a connector. But the projects and the model that you create, they have not been created in the same place. And those of you who are attending this meeting who has been working with Quadri up until now, we have used this that we have called the Quadri Model Manager to create the Quadri models, and then you have created Trimble Connect projects inside Trimble Connect, and then you had been able to work together with these two systems. But today we have launched this new where you create the Quadri model, the Quadri project inside Trimble Connect. So we have integrated those two systems together from now on. And that's what we're going to talk about today. So, and as a start, when it comes to working in local Quadri models that are not shareable through the cloud, then there is no changes at all. Everything is like before. So there you can just work as you have ever done. But when we work in shared Quadri models, which is the most common situation, then there will be some changes when you're going to create the new projects. So when it comes to then the concept of connected projects, we have Trimble Connect is the common platform in Trimble to handle different kind of systems and all file management and so on. And then there is a concept of what we call extensions built into the platform, where you can connect other Quadri solutions directly to the Trimble Connect platform, like Quadri, like something that is called job site management, which is a system to handle machinery on the construction site. And there is also a survey extension, which is for communicating with survey equipment out in the field, for example. And all about this is about collaboration, that you should send or integrate office to office, work in the same data with the same files, with the same data, and have the same source of truth. You can work with the office to field communication, how you put your design data into the field. And of course, the other way around, the field to office, when you have survey data from the field or construction data of any way that you want to push back into the design work. And that's the basics about this, that all this should be integrated in one platform, and Trimble Connect is that platform. So when you should create a new project, a new connected project, no matter if you're going to use Quadri or not, but if you want to create a new project, then you start up Trimble Connect and you create a new project on Connect. And the first common thing there is that every project needs a name, it needs a short description, it also needs a project server locations. And today you can choose between Europe, North America, Asia, and Australia for this. Maybe it's going to change and be more server locations available in the future. You also set who owns the project. You define a boundary for the project and also a CRS system, a coordinate reference system. That's also really important when you work in infrastructure projects, of course. Then you set up a team. You add members to the team, persons. All these persons, they need anyway a Trimble ID and some kind of license of Trimble Connect. To be able to work with Quadri, you also need, of course, a Quadri license. And if you have a Quadri license, the Trimble Connect license is always included in that one. And that's also the common thing when it comes to other Trimble systems, that it's really, really normal that when you have a Trimble solution by any way that you buy from us, then almost always there is a Trimble Connect license included in that one. Then this team of different persons, you can organize them into groups and give them different roles. And these teams and persons, you can also assign them different rights when it comes to read and write inside the model. Then you add folders, for example, for your file management in the Trimble Connect. You can set up BCF topics, communication UI to be able to add model commentary, for example. And you can create views and that stuff. And all this is included inside if you only run Trimble Connect, and then you add the Quadri project. So this is the new stuff, that first you create the Trimble Connect project, and then you choose to add the Quadri functionalities on top of that Trimble Connect project. So when you then start the Quadri project inside this one, you again set who owns the project. You define the feature catalog, and you define the unit for the coordinate system, if it's in meter or feet or so. And then you can handle the permissions for different people in the team to have access to the Quadri model. And then you can choose about full access, read only, or no access at all. So there is 3 different possibilities there. So now we're going to just have a little bit of a look on the UI inside the Trimble Connect for a start. So this is when you go into the web page of webconnecttrimble.com, you sign in with your Trimble ID, you will see this UI. If you don't have any Trimble Connect projects active, it will be empty. In this case, you see there is a lot of projects active already. Then if you're going to start a new one, you just first you set the server location in the top left corner, and then you press new in the top right corner instead. And then this new project UI will pop up, and you can enter a name of the project. You can upload a small picture just to have as a shortcut picture on in the UI. You see it looks a little bit nicer, and it's easier to recognize which project is which there. Then you set the project ownership, and you set the license you use. And for most of you, this will be quite easy, because you will only have one contract to choose from, and there will only be one license. But sometimes you have different licenses because you have different rights or different products from Trimble included in this. So for you who's going to work with Quadri, it's really important that you see that it says down here that the project license should be included in Quadri Business Premium, including Connect Business Premium. That should be the name of the license you have there. So that's really important. Otherwise, it won't work to create the Quadri model. Then you set up a team, and all team members, they need a Trimble ID. And for the team members who should work with Quadri, they also need a Quadri Business Premium license, or a Quadri Business license if they will not have full rights. But to make it easy, they should have a Quadri Business Premium license. So then you just invite them by clicking this one, invite people to project, and then you add them to a list and send out the invite, and they will be added to the list. You can choose here to put people as admin for the project or as users. There are two different levels there. You can also then arrange this user group into groups. See here we have 4 different groups in this one: design review, Quadri users, road, water and sewer, for example. And you can invite more people, of course, and you can also add the people to a specific group at the same time as you invite them as well. So there is different ways of doing this. What you also could do is inside your Connect project, you set up folders like this. You add a folder, and then you can set different permissions to different folders. You see, you can have full access, read-only access, or no access. And you can assign this access to a group or to one specific person if you want. So there is a toolbox inside Connect to handle project members, organize them, and to handle their permissions to see or edit data inside this inside the model here. Then you have this settings dialog that you go to then, and you click the project details. Inside the project details, you can, for example, add a small description of your of your Connect project. You will add a project location like this. You add the project area. Then it's important that this area should be larger than the area where you have data that you're going to save. That's quite important when you work with Quadri anyway. So think about that. And then underneath that picture, you also add the coordinate reference system of the project. So this is the minimum that you need to add when you create a Connect project. And when you have done this, you go to the extensions button down here. And there you see that there are 3 different available extensions today. It's called Job Site Management, Survey Tools, or in the middle, Civil Design and Construction Collaboration. And when you will create a Quadri project, you will tick that box, Civil Design and Construction Collaboration. Then if you have a license of Quadri Business Premium, it will work. So it will be enabled, this Quadri, and that settings button will be active. If you don't have any license, it will appear an error message saying you are lacking the right type of license to do this. So then you won't be able to do anything. So when you press that settings dialog, you will come into the settings for the Quadri model, where you set the ownership of the model. In this case, it's Trimble Solutions Sandvika AS. And for most of you, it will be only one alternative in that drop-down list. So it's quite easy. It's just to leave it as it is for in 99% of the time. Then you will set your feature catalog. And there you can choose from either the standard feature catalog of Quadri, or if you have defined one of your own. So here is where you set the feature catalog that you're going to use. And then you also set the unit of the project in meters in this case. Then when you have then created the Quadri model, this button that says user permissions will show up on top. And you press that one. And there you can pick which should be the standard setting for a project member of this project. And in my case, I have selected that no project member, no team member should have any access at all to the Quadri model unless I give them that. So my default setting is no access, which means that I have to add all users of the model here, or the users I want to give access to the Quadri model, and then give them either full access or read-only access to the model to make them possible to download the work set and work in the model. In this case, you see that I have picked one group here that is called Quadri users and given them full access. And I have also added one separate person, Ole Christian Eidhammer, here to give him read-only access to the model. And then when all this is done and I press save inside Trimble Connect, then when I open up my Quadri for Windows installation or my app on the computer, then I press this button join. And those of you who have been with us since before using Quadri, you will see that you have this old joining functionality there. But the new is that all the projects that are created or stored inside the Trimble Connect platform, they will be visible here. And those that you have been added to as a user, then you could just select which of them you wanna work with and press the join button here, and then you will download the local work set. And after that, everything is like before. You just work in the model and press share, receive, use Novapoint, use Civil 3D connector, Revit, whatever you want, model, all the stuff, export, import, and everything is like before. Then a new functionality as well that you can also fill in these small stars to put some of your favorite projects on top of the list to make them easier to find. And finally, one big thing to always think about, this join project button should always be used only once. And that's the first time when you start using or working with the Quadri project. After that, what you should do then is to press the open button and then open the work set again. Because if you press join every day you come to work and start working, you will download a new copy of the model, a new copy of the model, a new copy of the model. That will make it really hard for you to work with it, because then there will be clashes between your reservations and all that stuff. So think about that. The join button is only the first time you start working with a project, and maybe sometimes if there has happened something that you have maybe lost your connection or it's been a computer crash or anything like that. But in all normal situations, it's just one time you're going to press that button, download the work set, and then you choose the open button all the time. So yeah, share and receive as usual. That's the way it is. Then when you have created your Quadri model, you've been working with it and so on, then you will see that inside Trimble Connect, there is this shared model button popping up when you have established the Quadri project. Inside that button, you have this task timeline and work set. And there you can always see what's happening in the model at all times. So if you go to the task button first, you will have this process tree from Quadri. It will be displayed also inside Trimble Connect. So you can see everything, all tasks created in the model will be visible here as well. It is only, you can't see them as models or features here, but you can see what is created in the model. So that's really nice for a project manager and anything, just to see that what's happening in the model. Then you have a timeline, and there you can see who has done what. You see here that someone has received the task, someone has reserved the task, someone has shared or joined the work set, and so on. So you can see the timeline of what's happening in the project. You can also filter this on specific users. If I want to check with what Carl here has done the last week, I can just check what he has done in the model and so on, or a specific group of people. Or I can see what happens during a specific day, for example. Then I can also have a look on here, the work sets that are checked out of the model. And then we can say that the basic situation is that all users who are going to work with Quadri should only have one work set downloaded per person. There could be sometimes situations where it could be okay to have 2 work sets on one specific person, but that's not the normal situation. So as soon as you see 2 work sets on you downloaded by you, for example, or one of your colleagues, then you should ask yourself, why is it like that? And if we need to disconnect the work set, it's just to mark it here and then press the disconnect button that appears. Then when sometimes we come to a situation where we need to remove a whole project, maybe we are ready with it, we have downloaded all the files, we should archive it on our file server or digital archive sometimes. Then the first step, we do the process in reverse, so to speak. So the first step is to remove the Quadri extension, or more or less then delete the Quadri model or the Quadri project. Before you do this, of course, it's really important that you have downloaded the project files and place them somewhere safe, because this is an irreversible maneuver that you do here. But first you press that one, then your Quadri project is deleted from the servers. And the next step is to delete the Trimble Connect project. And that one you have here under project details. So you just press delete project. And when you press that one, there is 1 or 2 more windows popping up. Are you really sure you want to do this? So it's quite a safe process. But of course, you can, when you have done it, it's an irreversible process. And it's only project admins who can do this. So anyone who is added as an ordinary user can't remove anything from the model here. So that's how you also remove a project. And then connected to all contracts on Trimble Connect, there is a company admin as well. And if you are a company admin, if you go onto these 3 small buttons on top, sorry, to this grid on top there, if you are a company admin, you will have this account administration button active there. And when you go in on that one, you can, for example, you can handle stuff like property sets in your Connect for the whole company that you are admin for. And you can also have an overview of all the projects, of all the Trimble Connect projects. And when you are an account administrator like this, you also have right to add and remove users from all these different projects. And this is just to be able to fix it if the people who had created a project maybe leave the company or go on parental leave or anything like that for a long time, then you as an administrator can go in and override and set another person as admin, for example. And you can also make more than 1 people as account administrator as well. But the advice is not to have too many people as account administrator. So that's one more thing. And you can also, as you see here, if you go into one project as company admin, you can add people here as well to the projects. You can invite them, you can set them as users or admin. Then there is also, because in this part, you see all projects that are on this company's Trimble Connect server, which means that all of these projects do not contain a Quadri model. But then we have been asked a little bit here in the latest time about customers that they want to have an overview of all Connect projects that contains the Quadri model. And that's why we have this new function that is under development. So it's an alpha version, we call it. But with the link down here, the Quadri admin portal, azurewebsites.net, then you can go to that link, log in with your Trimble ID if you are an admin. And then you can have a list of all Quadri projects that are on your server. And you can also see them on a map. So if I zoom in this map, you see on the right here, you can zoom out and see a map of the whole world and see the different locations of your different projects. You also here can have a check about your access to the model, the server location and the unit system, and also which version of the feature catalog that you use. And then you also see the users here. But this is only for viewing. If you need to change anything, you need to go into the actual project. And you can access the project here by just clicking the settings wheel, then you will go directly into the project's website. So you can make the changes if you need. So that's what's all I had to say today, I believe. I will check if there are any questions or raised hands or anything.